Hey everyone, I'm going to be showing you guys today how to do Kahoot. I know that probably many of you know how to do it, but that's okay. Just give it a little bit of a refresher because sometimes we all forget. So to start off, you want to make sure that you log in. Do so. Now for me, it's already connected to my school's Gmail account, so it automatically goes to mine. For you, it might look a little bit different, but um, it's understandable. The very first place you want to start, I know there's a lot of cool stuff they got going on here, but for the most part, go ahead and do create at the top right hand corner. And there's different ones you can do. More or less, we're all going to end up doing probably a quiz anyways, because all the other ones would be for another tutorial. Let's go and create a new quiz. Make sure to put in your title. So for the example I have here today, it's going to be camera motion and position. It is required that you do put in a description of some kind, and you can add an image if you like. I do have one here ready to go, and I did find it online, so I do have my resource to credit there, or it says credit resources. I can do it by putting in as APA format. My location, my Kahoots, you can always set it up in different areas, and that's okay. For me, I don't do it that often, so I just put it there. You want to make it visible to everyone, obviously. Language, unless you need to change it or whatever, then it should remain as English. If you want to add some sort of video to kind of introduce it, for my film class, I could probably do something like that, but for the most part, that's not necessary for this activity, but it's something that would show before it actually begins. So, okay, go. Top right. So you're getting a few options here. You could import it from a spreadsheet, although I've never done that. That's probably a tutorial for another time. But go ahead and click Add question. If you ever want to change any of that other information, you would just click the little Edit Your Kahoot description. So let me go ahead and add a question. They are required. So I'm going to go ahead and copy my first question in. If the camera stays in a locked position and rotates up, what is it called? Now, as far as how long you think it should be, that can vary. Usually 10 seconds is pretty good. 5 seconds almost seems like it's too short, so usually 10 seconds is a pretty good limit. If you want to add in an image, once again, you can, but for me, it's not as necessary. For other stuff, if I wanted to ask them about a particular scene and what shot they were using, I could do it that way, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I don't think that that's necessary. So here I go. For this first one, let's put in some answers. Tilt down, tilt up. And, to be nice and symmetrical, we can always put in 4 answers because it looks good on screen too. So pan up, pan down, so on and so forth. So maybe you guys know this. If the camera stays in a locked position and rotates up, what is it called? This is a tilt up. Now, if you added any sort of credit, this is where you could put it. For instance, like your picture or your, whatever is up there. That's where you would do it. But for the most part, this is pretty good. Let's go and do the next one. See, if you ever want to copy it, duplicate it, delete it, it's all here on the right-hand side. Let's go and add another question. And it's a good idea to, add a few questions because, you want it to make it fun. For the purposes of today, I'll only do just 3 questions. Just kind of give you guys just an idea of what it is that we're looking for, in something like this. Pan up. And pan down. All right, let's see how well you guys do with this one. If the entire camera moves down, what is it called? It's actually called a pan down. All right, so you want to click it there. You want to make sure that you do click a correct answer, otherwise it won't let you move on to the next one. I'll just do one more just for, just to keep things nice and even here. If a camera is high and shoots down the subject, what position is it in? Put this for 10 seconds. See a low angle, high angle, over the shoulder, and point of view. In this particular case, high angle. Hit next. Okay. Now, once you're done, you can save it at the top right. And it's important to make sure that you are saving it, otherwise you might lose it. I actually did that the other day by accident. I'm too used to like Google Docs saving everything for me. Hit save. Okay, you can say, I'm done. And it's really easy at that point that when it comes time to do it, you just select it. It should be in your Kahoots. You just hit the play button. You can select classic, which is, there's other options, but for the most part, most of us will probably just do the classic. You hit, you go and you want to put the, and the music's playing, of course. You can put it full screen so that the students can actually see what it is, the questions and so forth, because on their screen it only will show the answers. They can do it on their phones, they can do it on their computers. In my classroom, since we have the computers, that's where we do it. They put in that pin, they go to Kahoot.com, they put in the pin, and then enjoy. It is a lot of fun, and it's great for review, and actually in some cases you can actually use it to make a project for them. They make a quiz, a Kahoot quiz, and that's something they can do as part of a presentation, and I think everyone else would get a lot of fun out of it. So these are the standards that I addressed as part of this. Modeling for colleagues, the identification, exploration, evaluation, curation, and adoption of new digital resources and tools for learning. Provide alternative ways for students to demonstrate competency and reflect on their learning using technology.